All right, we're in business.
We are in business? I got the job?
No, you didn't. We're in business.
We, my people, including myself, you,
not
apart from us.
Not in business.
So what is our... Actually, is it recording right now?
Yes.
Okay.
Why?
You have to do announcements and stuff.
That's cute.
Isn't that nice?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Tangent episode 13. We are, what is this? 4 months after episode 12. We're still in the second season, just in case anybody at home was counting. Today is the Tangent Christmas special. Whatever that means. So we'll start with the mailbag. This week we have a letter from Danny, his parents, sister.
Danny's parents' sister.
And they say, hey guys! I don't know why they always talk like this. Hey guys, welcome. That's it.
Very thoughtful.
What do you think
we always appreciate the fan mail.
Yeah, we love our fans. It's just great to hear from them every time, even if they died. That's fine.
We'd like some variety, so any newcomers?
Yeah, anybody not from the Danny family, that would be...
We have thousands of their letters.
It would be great.
Piling up.
We've only read a short sample of them. The other letter we got a parcel from the North Pole.
Mm-hmm.
From Santa.
Really? Oh, wow.
And it's a Christmas present for both of us. For the viewers, in our hands, we are holding... Well, why don't you describe it?
You see, this right here...
No, they can't see.
Listen here. As you can listen here, the new Weber and Coggins Advanced English Dictionary, first edition, I will recite.
Okay.
Multigrain Weber and Pumpernickel Coggins, Tangent Publishing Company, Hopkinton, Massachusetts. To start a brief history of the English language. In the beginning, Neptune created the sail. But such tragedies will be avoided with the flying boat of the future, the end. Time to get some shut-eye.
Okay. Just for posterity, I will read how to use this book.
Oh my god.
So
much to get through.
And then we'll dive into the rest of the book.
How am I supposed to finish this?
How to read this book. The origin of the English dictionary dates to medieval times. The story goes that a scribe, flummoxed by a term used by his orator, needed some reference material for a new book he was working on. With progress now stymied by the lack of a definition of this one word, the scribe set out to define every single word in the English language for the future reference. Shortly after beginning this arduous task, he died of the plague. The scribe's name was King Louis VIII. Fast forward to 2004, and Dictionary.com created the world's first dictionary, a systematic catalog of the definition of every word in the language. Merriam-Webster? Never heard of him. OED? More like OE-dumb. This book builds on the success of King Louis VIII and Dictionary.com by providing a more comprehensive look at the linguistic intricacies held within the chamber of the English language. The deficiencies of books prior have left many academics, tradesmen, schoolchildren, and all of those in between dissatisfied with the current state of definitional archives. What most fail to realize is that the definition is not strictly a word-for-word denotation that is an integral part of mainstream culture, but a more zeitgeisty essence of the definition. That is to say, when one defines a word, using other words to define it simply isn't enough. To truly provide an all-encompassing essence of a word is to give a comprehensive background on the origins, denotation, connotation, temperature, barometric pressure, glucose level, and degree to which a candle wick might trend north or south as the everlasting flame burns so mightily with hope on a dark Tuesday evening. Of course, this is easier said than done. For centuries, volumes and volumes of dictionary after dictionary have aimed to achieve this essence, yet all have failed thus far. To date, there has been no such book that can satisfy the definitional needs of the general population. That is, until today. What is contained within this book is revolutionary and a rigorous method of systematically defining and redefining every single word in the English language from the past, during the present, and into the future. Careful consideration has been taken to include words that have ever entered all words that have ever entered the popular lexicon, including those which some may consider to be fads or teenager speak. While the inclusion of this verbiage may be controversial, the authors see it fit to include these terms, 1, for their historical value, 2, for the promotion of the expansion of the English language, and 3, because while these terms may be ephemeral in nature, they do still exist at the present moment, and where there's a usage, there's a need for a definition. For those unfamiliar with the usage of a book such as this, the premise is really quite simple. You, dear reader, encounter a word in your daily life which you are unfamiliar with, or one which you are familiar with, yet need technical clarification on. The book is categorized alphabetically, with each letter appearing in the top right of the page for quick flipping through the pages. Merely seek out the word which you desire, and read on for the dictionary definition. This book represents the future of defining words. Its systematic approach to all-encompassing linguistics is second to none. We hope that you enjoy this revolution in dictionary technology now and into the future. Multigrain Weaver and Pumpernickel Coggins. We're not going to read the pronunciation symbols.
We're not!
Would you care to read the entire dictionary for us?
Oh, of course. All right, ready?
Page 1.
Chapter 1 of the English Language Dictionary. Weaver and Coggins. Aardvark Smarties. I don't know how to read a dictionary. Do you just keep going, or do you just read the definition?
That's it. Don't take 7. And then skip over a few pages.
How many is a few?
500.
Okay.
I'm
skipping a jump.
It's the only word that you need to know. And then this is my favorite part. I love that they did this. That the publishers decided to do this. Right after page 500,
This
says
page is
this
intentionally
page
left
is
blank.
intentionally left blank. That's absolute gold.
As if these other ones.
No. They're content. Like,
this is just filler paper.
Yeah, we just had to put that page in there. So yes, this is the new
Wow.
Weaver and Coggins Advanced English Dictionary.
I will treasure it for my life.
You can, for all of those listeners interested in...
#1 seller on Amazon.
I also... contents... This book, the paper in this book was manufactured...
Raj Dandekar. What happens if he sees this and he's like...
Mr. Pominville, photo editor. And your brother was the editorial assistant. This paper in this book was manufactured by a mill whose forest management programs include cutting down trees. Sustained deforestation ensures that the paper required to produce these books is always available. This book was probably not printed on acid-free paper.
How'd you get this printed? Did you have to contact somebody?
Yes, so for any of the listeners interested in purchasing this book, you can go to lulu.com, which is the publishing company that I
You can go to Lululemon and buy some
to
leggings.
lululemon.com and find whatever you like there. So they had a special. They're launching a new website, and they sent me an email, and they said, we have a special deal. If you try out our new website and give us feedback, we will give you free books. Just pay for
Really?
shipping.
Okay.
So I bought 3 of them
Uh-huh.
for $5
Wow.
because
Nice.
$5 shipping.
Uh-huh.
So in case either of our houses burns down, there's an extra one.
So, okay. What happens if both of our houses burn down? You didn't think about that, did you?
That is incredibly unlikely. So, a truly Merry Christmas.
I guess if
indeed.
one of our houses burns down twice, then we can just order new books.
Yes, that too. But then it would cost actual money, so that's not really ideal. So today, on this Christmas Eve... Oh, we forgot to listen to the national anthem. Greensleeves Buddy Rich. Okay, that's enough.
It's too much already.
All right.
Moving right along.
Let's, Peter fell asleep.
Just wake it up then.
Just wake it up.
Wake it up. Wake it up!
Okay. Today, we're talking about reality.
And,
No, that's it.
okay, the word reality.
Yeah.
It's not in the dictionary. I don't know what that means.
What does that mean? We'll come to figure out what that means as we move forward.
So what's the question you want to address?
Can you sit closer to the microphone?
Can you sit further away
Can
from
you
me, please?
leave? Don't touch the table.
Touch the table. I didn't touch the table.
I didn't. Okay. We'll start off with this. Oh, by the way, how was Star Wars?
Oh, I didn't see it. I'm seeing it after this.
Why not?
Because we were shopping and it was too late, and then by the time we got home, my mom was like, I don't really feel like going. And I'm
I
like,
don't feel like it.
okay, fine. So we didn't end up going, but we're going to go today after this, and then we're going to go
Again.
a second time, just to make sure that we saw it. And then we're going to go to,
Okay.
like, Christmas Eve stuff.
Yes.
That would be fun.
That would be so
Entertaining.
I have no plans to see Star Wars.
Did you see the last one?
Yes.
The one before that?
Yes.
How about the one
Yes.
before that? What about the one
Mhm.
before that one?
Yeah.
Before that
I've
one?
seen all of them.
So you've seen the third to last one.
Yes.
And the second one?
No.
The first one?
Yes.
Okay, so you haven't
And
seen
all
this-
of them after that.
You've seen all the
All-
ones after the first one?
Yes.
Have you seen the second one?
No.
So you lied to me.
I've seen all of them
hmm
except the third one. And
So you lied to me again.
if you want my complete honest opinion about Star Wars, I find it to be so unbearably dull.
Do you?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, that's how I feel. I am
What makes it dull?
completely and utterly uninterested in the storyline.
It's that
of
boring.
all of the movies.
What makes it so uninteresting?
I just cannot get into it. And I don't understand
Is it
why.
the space thing, or is it like poor character development,
I
or is it?
don't know what it is because it's an action movie, kind of, and
Uh-huh.
I like action movies. My favorite movie is Mission Impossible,
hmm
but
The newest one?
yes, that's my favorite movie ever.
Controversial.
Seem to have some mixed opinions across the microphone over there. Care to?
I gotta get here. This doesn't add up. This doesn't add up.
Okay, why don't you tell me how you feel about Mission Impossible Fallout, and then
Oh,
we
I
can
really
proceed.
liked it.
Oh.
Why do you think I didn't like it? I
Oh,
have a
you know.
poster of it.
No
in my
reason.
dorm.
You just said controversial.
I really like the Mission Impossible movies. I haven't seen like the older ones. Like
Have you seen the first one?
No.
Oh, the first one's really good. I think the first one's really
I've
good.
seen.
The fifth one and the sixth one are really good. I haven't really seen the ones in between them.
Okay, I've seen Ghost Protocol,
That was the one with the Burj Khalifa, right?
British Khalifa.
The Burj Khalifa,
Oh,
the tallest building in the world in Dubai.
oh yeah,
The one
It
where
was
you're
it-
just hanging on the outside.
And then the Rogue Nation, and then I saw Fallout.
Oh, so maybe I have seen more than that. What was Rogue Nation about?
Uh,
That was the one in the Kremlin, right?
Maybe. It opens with like a plane shot when he's just like on the side of a plane.
Oh, yeah, I've seen that.
I haven't seen it in a while. I should rewatch it. But I've seen that one. I saw Fallout. That one was really good. And
Excellent.
I haven't seen any other. I haven't seen like the first three.
The first one, I think Fallout is the best because it's action
Mm-hmm.
throughout the entire
It's
movie.
consistent, like thrilling entertainment.
It's popular over here.
Got a Snapchat.
The first one has some really good moments in it, but I think it's a little slower. But it's still worth watching.
Right.
And I think for some of maybe like the second or third one, you know the theme song? Bum, 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 bum,
Mhm.
bum. That's in 5/4 time, and that's how it was originally written for TV show, I think.
TV
Yeah.
show.
The
Okay.
but then I think in some of the later movies they changed it to 4/4 time, and a lot of people were upset about that.
There was
Right.
a huge outrage. There was a whole
Riots.
movement against it.
Bombs everywhere.
There were terrorist attacks. It was a huge political debate.
John Williams was assassinated. Yeah,
Wow.
but then they switched it back.
I missed that. Not I missed that. I
I
missed,
missed that. Good day, good times. Star Wars. I watched Solo.
Oh, you saw Solo? I never saw
Is
it.
that okay? I was gonna ask you. Is that the one where they go
Is
to
it
the
the one
island?
with Solo?
I watched. Oh, well, I've seen all of the recent ones.
Mm-hmm.
They all kind of blur together. But I watched Solo and I fell asleep halfway through it.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Not great.
Just
Well, I'll let you know how this one is.
does not grip me in the slightest.
Do you like Rogue Nation? Rogue Nation. Like
Rogue
Rogue One.
Rogue One. No.
No.
No, the characters are not interesting to me. The story
No,
is
they're kinda-
not interesting.
They're kind of bland. It wasn't as good as The Force Awakens. The Force Awakens wasn't that amazing either.
I'll have you know that
The Force Awakens was good.
Jim Cousins loves Star Wars.
Have you guys seen any Star Wars?
Jim, you asked us that 5 times already.
Can we just record? Did you just see me?
I was right in the middle of the anger. You didn't have to interrupt. Yeah, but
So, like, how do you guys... But yes, I
But no.
did not see Star Wars last night, but I'm seeing it after this with my brother.
Oh!
That changes everything!
Well, now the turntables.
The Office.
Yes.
Okay.
How, well, yeah, you'll have to let me know how it is.
Okay.
Because I won't see it.
I will let you know.
Well, I'll probably see it eventually, but not in the theater.
Okay.
And then I'll fall asleep.
Okay. I'll put no effort into paying attention, but I want your opinion on the movie.
Today we're talking about reality.
Oh, that's right.
So how... Did you see Star Wars?
No. Thought we were through this.
We're going to start off like this. Have you tried Impossible Burger? Impossible meat? Fake meat? Artificial meat?
What do you mean by that? Is it like a thing?
It's a thing.
Okay.
At like Dunkin' Donuts and Burger King, they have, I think it's plant-based meat
Okay.
that's meant to taste and feel like real meat. Have you tried it?
Don't think so. But I'd be open to try it.
How do you feel about it?
I don't think it's bad. Why do you think it's bad?
If it tasted exactly the same
Oh,
as regular meat,
is your concern like people aren't gonna start selling real meat?
here's what I'm driving at. I have come to the realization.
Imposters.
Yes. I have come to the realization that more and more things in this world are fake.
Uh-huh.
Fake meat, fake news, fake
Lips.
lips. People didn't used to wear chapstick. No, they just had lips.
What are you talking about?
So the question was,
The question used to be,
why are we eating the fake stuff? If we could just eat the real stuff.
well, some people don't like eating meat. Some people choose to be like vegan and vegetarian, and it's like a lifestyle that they choose, but they still want to.
I don't like
don't know.
meat, but I still want to eat meat.
Well, it's like, say like you really enjoy burgers, right?
Which I do.
Good. You can relate to this. But like, say that you really enjoy burgers, right? But you're vegan or vegetarian or something, right? And like meat doesn't sit well with you, like now, right? But you still want to have the enjoyment of like eating a burger without having to eat like a veggie burger. So you get like an imposter burger, right?
It's called an impossible burger, not an imposter burger.
I'm gonna call it imposter burger. You eat an imposter burger.
Hi, welcome to Burger King. Yeah, can I get one of those imposter burgers?
Look at those pasta burgers.
Yes, that'll be $19.95.
$20 at Burger King.
Pasta. Pasta on a bun.
Anyway, if you still really like burgers, but you don't want to eat something that's like, you know, like I've had like veggie burgers and stuff like that, and it doesn't taste.
I've never had any.
It doesn't taste the same, right? It tastes like you're eating like vegetables. It still kind of tastes like meat, but it's not exactly the same.
What's like the filling in it?
What do
It's
you
just
mean?
like, how do they make
It has
veggie burgers?
like the same consistency as like a regular burger. It's like, I don't know how to describe it. It's like not so much fresher, but it like doesn't taste. Not
Like
the right way
meat.
to put it, but it doesn't taste
Good.
It doesn't taste like cooked.
So it tastes like raw meat.
Not exactly. It's like, I don't know how to say it. It's like, it's sort of like a cooked salad, if that makes sense. I'm serious. It tastes like if you like sort of took a salad and like cut it up and then like. I'm trying to think of like
You're not really selling it on me.
I'm trying to think of like the process.
Would you like a cooked salad, sir?
Just fine, thank you very much.
Toss it on the grill for you.
I don't know how to describe the taste. However, it does taste different. Tastes a lot more has a lot more spice to it, like herbal taste to it, if that makes sense. And kind of tastes fresher. Kind of tastes like. Also, you're not eating. It's not as filling, too. Like it's sort of less food in general. So like, it's all around like emptier.
It's just an empty promise.
But like, going back to your point, like it doesn't taste the same. Like a veggie burger and a regular burger are not the same. So if a person really wants to have like, oh, I miss like eating a burger, but now I can't because like my body like doesn't allow it or doesn't like it anymore. So like I can eat a burger and it's like, wow, I'm eating a burger. I'm not eating a burger.
That's what I say. Wow, I'm eating a burger.
That's kind of weird. You don't do that.
No!
Anyway, I think that's why people like eating imposter meat. Because it's like what they used to have, but now it's like healthier and it's a different way of eating things that they still get to enjoy.
I will respond to your statement.
Good. Let me know when it happens.
But first, I have a tangent.
Sure.
I went to Bertucci's. So to answer your question, the server asked the table if anybody would like a super salad.
I know where this is going.
Super salad? Super salad?
Super salad. Soup or salad.
Yeah, so we made fun of her for it. In front of her.
I'm sure she's heard that thousands of times.
Oh, would you like a super salad?
A super salad? Yes!
I would love a super salad.
Man Ray.
Okay, that's my tangent. Here's the problem.
There's a problem.
No, there's no problem. Here's the problem. Imposter meat is not meat, but it's meant to taste like meat. digital pianos, not acoustic pianos, but they're meant to sound and feel like acoustic pianos.
Mm-hmm.
So many other things that I can't think of right now follow that same scheme.
Okay.
Why are we doing this? It just seems fake to mimic this stuff. It almost seems better if we could just move on to something new, as in.
Well,
And
it'll be
I
the
and I
new
understand-
version of a piano.
I understand why we do it, because digital pianos don't really feel that good to play on, and acoustic pianos feel better, so we make it feel like that. And people like the taste of meat, so we make artificial meat to taste like that.
Mm-hmm.
But it almost, and there's a lot of baggage that come with the old stuff. Like there's a lot of baggage with meat and a lot of baggage with a 5,000-pound acoustic piano.
Sure.
But part of me feels like it's just wrong to try and mimic the world when it's already right in front of you. And
How much is a digital piano?
it's like $500. It's $1,000 if you want a good one.
How much is an acoustic piano?
It's like $20,000 to $100,000.
Okay, well, there's a difference.
Yeah.
If someone wants the sound of an acoustic piano but doesn't want to spend a car payment on an acoustic piano, then they'll probably get a digital one. It's also like I don't have space in my house for an acoustic piano. I may have space for
Yeah.
a digital piano.
I understand why people do it, but the better example that I can give is video games
Mm-hmm.
and TV and further virtual reality. The question is it a good thing if we move towards a society where people spend their time in video games and virtual reality as opposed to just experiencing these things in real life? Which is obviously more work. There's more baggage associated with skydiving in real life rather than skydiving in a virtual reality simulator.
Yeah.
But
If
assuming
you wanted to skydive, why would you do it in virtual reality when you could just do it in real life? Is that what you're saying?
but why would you do it in real life when you could just do it in virtual reality? Let's assume that they feel the exact
So you're
same.
saying both of them can't exist in the same universe?
I'm saying there's a problem here in that let's say that skydiving in virtual reality provides you the exact same sensations as skydiving in real life.
Yeah.
You see the same thing, the wind blowing in your hair, same fear of jumping out of a plane. So why would you do it in real life when you could
I
just...
got confused because this whole time I was thinking of bungee jumping. I was
No.
like, why would you jump out of a plane?
Bungee jump on the plane. You hit the bottom, rope stretches, and you just pull the plane down with you. No, you're skydiving.
Right.
Why would you do it in real life if you could just do it in virtual reality? It's cheaper, it's safer, there's no risk of death.
Yeah.
You can do it in the comfort of your own home or some place.
Hmm. I feel like you wouldn't be able to say that you've actually gone skydiving then.
But who cares? It felt the same.
I feel like, well, I would. And, like, also you wouldn't be able to, like, tell people, like, I went skydiving. That's a cool thing for me to say about myself. You know what I mean? Like, when someone says, tell me about yourself, right? I say, I went skydiving. I didn't actually. I put a headset on my eyes, and then I felt wind blowing in my hair, and that was the same sensation.
This is the problem that I'm getting at. If it feels the same either way, what's the difference?
Well, we haven't
You
gotten
did
to
it.
that. I don't think we've gotten to that point where it's the same.
Could you say that you still skydove if
Is that a thing?
Yes. Look it up.
Sky-
if you could you say that you still skydived if you
Skydived.
if you did it in a virtual reality simulator versus real life, but they felt the same?
I guess you could. Once we've gotten that far in technology.
Well, the definition of skydive is jump out of a plane.
Uh-huh.
And you didn't jump. You did not, or did you? You did not jump out of a plane if you did it in VR, or did you? Did you jump
felt
out
the
of a plane?
sensation of jumping out of a plane, so technically you could say, like, I myself sky dove. To everyone else, it may look like you're just doing this, right? But you personally, you're feeling this sensation and you're doing this action, whether that be
Yeah.
in reality or in...
Does it matter whether or not your body was free falling if your brain cannot tell the difference? If you are 100% convinced that you did skydive, but you were really just had a VR headset on,
Mm-hmm.
could you say that you skydive?
If it's the exact same, then like, yeah, I guess you could say that. I understand that it's like you're not jumping out of a plane and you're not actually falling towards the earth, but at the same time, it's like the same experience that you're getting.
Yeah.
And like I said before, it's only like relative to like you and the people around you. Like someone who doesn't have a headset on and who's not experiencing virtual reality isn't going to see that you're skydiving, right? And they're going to say, no, you're not, right? When you say, I skydove. Anyway, so what I'm saying is I'm saying you could say that.
Yeah, I kind of agree. But I feel like that sets a very dangerous precedent for living, because if you can say that you did this stuff even if you didn't, then what's the point of doing anything? Why not just live in virtual reality?
Like, why does the original action need to exist?
Yeah, why ever take the headset off?
I guess there's no reason. If you could do everything with just this on, and you'd never have to actually go anywhere or go up in a plane or buy a piano, you can just
You
like
never have to
pretend
go on a
to play
plane
piano, right?
Well, skydiving.
Right. Piano playing while skydiving, while reading the Weber and Cogman's Advanced English Dictionary. You could do that, and you could say that to people and say, "I did this." But once you get to a point, it's like, don't you think everyone's going to start doing that?
Yes, I do. I think everybody will spend.
So it'll be
more and
valid
more
to say,
time,
like,
'cause
yeah,
people
I've done
spend
this.
people spend more and more times watching TV, and that's like a very low level version of this. You're watching somebody else do something instead of doing it yourself. And then video games are more interactive, and now we're moving to VR, and more people are spending more time watching TV and playing video games these days. So I think a future where people spend the majority, if not the entirety of their life in VR is quite possible.
Actually, I was going to say a point, and then I missed it. It'll come back to me. Go on. If you had anything to say. $800-588-2300 Empire.
Today!
Tomorrow!
Well, no, I forgot what I was going
No,
to say.
it was, what was it? Oh, it was like, once we get to a point where it's like you can do anything with like the push of a button and you have your headset on 24/7, then like you really can't say that like you skydove, because like I guess when you say like I've been skydiving, like you've gone through the process of like signing a waiver and like going to like see people and going up in a plane and putting the vest on and then jumping out
Actually,
with the
put vest on
parachute.
before you get in the plane.
Jump out of the plane, put the vest on.
Well, some people do that too.
Really?
Yeah, they throw the parachute out and then dive after it, and then catch it, put it on. And
That's
then
horrifying. I would never be able to do that. Did you do that?
No, I put the vest on before I got on the plane.
Okay. I was gonna say. Anyway, but like, it'll become so easy to just like skydive in virtual reality that it won't be worth saying like, oh, I've been skydiving before, because I'm sure like other people have done that too. You know what I mean? It's gonna become so easy to do that.
Easy to do it that it's basically not worth talking about.
Yeah.
It's like, I've breathed.
Oh, really? That's so cool.
But I can still say that I did it. Because I did. I did breathe.
Is that worth saying, though?
No.
No, it's not.
But you can still say that you skodived.
Skodoved.
You can still say that you skodoved. But if everybody can do it, then it's not worth saying. So, and the same goes for every single activity in the world.
So no one will say anything.
So nobody will talk about it.
Everyone will just talk about aardvark Smarties. That'll become the universal term for all meaning.
What am I talking about? Don't you think this is a problem? If nobody's living their life, everybody's just sitting there
Doing nothing.
doing nothing, but doing something.
I guess
but doing nothing.
you could go a step further, and then you could just interact with people in a virtual reality. Like, you could just have,
Yeah.
like, parents and then, like, family members and have, like, Christmas in virtual reality.
Yeah.
That's kind of a horrifying thought.
Well, so on the one hand, you could have Christmas with the family with people halfway across the world, which would be cool, but you're not there with them.
No.
And part of the reason that holidays are special is because you are physically in the same room with the people.
Yeah.
But if this headset could provide the exact same sensation, you know, like you hug your
same
family member,
Okay, yeah.
then
How would that work? Would everyone just have to wear, like, a big virtual reality suit?
no. I think it would be more likely that it would be some kind of neural implant, and it would just activate the neurons that are associated with hugging.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I think would happen.
A little creepy.
Yeah. In which case, then we're practically baby steps from not even existing in the real world.
Yeah.
Because we're not doing anything out here. Like, why do we have our bodies then? If we're just living
Just
completely
download ourselves
in this computer.
into virtual reality and leave our physical body.
Yeah.
And then
Because at that point, the physical body is just a hindrance. Like, you
Mhm.
have to sleep, you have to eat,
you have to maintain it.
but that's not things that your virtual self needs.
Yeah.
That's just things that you need to continue living your virtual self.
Didn't we have this conversation last time?
No, I think last time we talked about Billie Eyelash.
One of the times before we talked about downloading ourselves?
Yeah, and we determined that until we figure out what consciousness is, it can't be done.
Oh, yeah.
But assuming that we did, and you could download yourself,
Mm-hmm.
then the whole world and
Everyone would just, like-
everybody who inhabits it would just be stored on a hard drive.
How would... If everyone downloads themselves...
How do we get out? Who's the last person?
Yeah. Who's the guy that's like...
Who's the guy maintaining it?
Yeah.
Just, you know, it's like the entire world is kept within this computer, and then I'm just the guy
Ah.
sitting there guarding the computer. Just playing Tetris on the computer or something.
Peggle! Accidentally knock it over.
Whoops.
Boss is not gonna like this.
And then we have to start humanity all over again.
Adam. No Eve.
Yeah, no, just Adam.
You're just left.
Yeah. Well, then if there's just one guy left, then we can't reproduce. In which case, humanity's over.
Unless aliens come by. Or there's
Genius!
secret underground people that live in the sewers.
Secret underground sewer people.
Right.
Yes, that's a
Can't
club.
forget about those.
I almost joined that club in Northeastern. And you secret underground sewer people.
Secret underground sewer people is having a meet on the quad. Bring your own drain pipes.
So basically, if people get too invested in VR, then they're not going to live in their real life. In which case, it's a short step away from not even living in the real life at all.
Mm-hmm.
In which case, like, what's the point?
I guess
I could do the same thing. I could launch The Sims on my computer and do the exact same thing.
Yeah.
As humanity downloading themselves.
Mm-hmm.
It seems living in the physical world, there seems like some sort of end goal here. There's a lot of things about the universe that we don't know.
Yeah.
And that's really the ultimate goal, is to figure out what is the universe and what contains it, and how can we get to other stars, and how can we explore. And there are a lot of other intermediate goals that we create in our lives, but when you think about it, they die with us.
Mm-hmm.
So they don't really matter. So if we download ourselves to a computer, then we're just restricting ourselves to a hard drive, and then there's no end goal. There's no exploration, there's no universe.
We're just happy.
We're just completely and utterly fulfilled in every possible aspect of our lives.
Yeah. That doesn't
But
sound
there's
so
no-
bad.
But there's no point. There's no point to doing that.
Because
then it'll just go on forever. But nothing.
and you'll be
nothing will
happy
ever
for the rest of your
progress.
life. For all eternity.
But
As long
what's-
as the earth is intact.
But what happens in like a billion, trillion, million, trillion, billion, trillion years after this
How
has
many
been going
zeros
on,
is that?
After this has been going on for 10 to the 10 to the 10,000 to the 10 million years.
You think people will get bored?
No, not necessarily. But my question is, what next? What's the point of keeping this computer turned on for that long?
I don't know. That's too big of a question for me.
That's what I want to know. Why can't you answer this for me?
Why do you think I invited you here? I don't know. What is there anything more that a human needs?
Well, obviously, animals are designed just to satisfy their basic needs and reproduce.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing,
The thing,
that happens.
It.
Pennywise. The 43 Mom episode, which is what I'm driving at. How are we gonna meet God or find the edge of the fabric of the universe?
Uh-huh.
So I see this as a hindrance to that.
Would there be a way for us to do both? To be downloaded and then when we need to explore, kind of like give ourselves... Well, I don't know if we need to give ourselves
Well, I
material
guess
bodies, but is there a way that we could have both?
Well, there would need to be something material
Okay.
so that we could explore.
Mm-hmm.
I guess it could just be a drone, and then somebody's consciousness could be
Talking.
programmed to control the drone.
Mm-hmm.
And that could explore. But then, have you seen Terminator?
Yeah.
It just seems like we lost then. The machines won.
Okay.
And the machines...
But they haven't been doing anything
But
necessarily bad.
Yeah, but we don't exist anymore.
And that's the end of the human race.
Yeah. And then computers win.
And you don't want that to happen.
Well, I don't know.
You want there to be this balance of computers and humans.
I don't know, because computers are a human creation, so maybe this is just
humans on the next level.
The next logical step for evolution.
To become a computer.
You know the old saying, bird in the hand is worth two in the bush?
Bird in the hand?
Yes, a bird in the hand is worth two in the bush.
No, I've never heard of that.
Okay, good, because that's not relevant to what I'm talking about. In my opinion, the difficulties in life are what give it meaning. The fact that things are difficult is what gives life meaning. If everything
was
just
easy,
do everything like that, then there's no struggle. The story isn't interesting.
Mm-hmm.
No story is interesting without conflict. So, once we
Does
become...
this relate to your issue of Star Wars?
Yes. Okay?
It was
So-
too easy for them!
It was like...
Luke, lost his hand or something?
Rey went to the island, and Han Solo just went with her. And no struggle. Actually, that's not how it went.
They just
Spoilers.
got in the Millennium Falcon. It's just like, okay, I guess we're on an adventure.
And then the credits rolled.
The Force woke up.
If we're all computers, then we don't have to learn anything anymore. We already know how to do everything automatically.
Mhm.
So we don't go to school. And we just have... And nobody
How
wants to do
Would
work.
anyone be born?
I don't know how that would work.
What if people wanted to have kids?
then they just press add. They just press
Add new document.
Control N.
New file. New folder.
I don't know. Got a serious overpopulation problem there.
Yeah.
But you're a computer, so you can keep track of unlimited people.
You could have millions of
at
kids.
the same time. Yeah.
You could delete any of those kids.
You're not really doing well.
You could engineer the perfect person.
Yeah, but if it's all digital, then they're all perfect. Because if there's something wrong, you just change it.
Would there be any difference then?
So, then there's
Everyone's characteristics would just
kind
morph
of
together.
just the same.
What would the
and-
perfect... I bet they'd be white.
Wow,
I bet systemic
that is
racism would still be
so
there.
racist of you.
Systemic racism would still apply, I think.
It's racist. Next thing you know, you're gonna say they should have blonde hair and blue eyes, and who do you sound like? Yeah, so if you don't have to learn anything and robots are already doing all the jobs, then you can just like paint the Mona Lisa like that.
Yeah.
Then you'll run out of things to do pretty quickly.
What would you do?
Well, at that point, it's just hobbies. You don't have a job
Because there's no money.
because there's no money.
Because you don't need to earn anything.
'Cause you don't need to earn anything 'cause
To
you
get
don't need
satisfaction.
sustain yourself, and you can just virtual reality up anything that you want.
You can virtual reality an entire mansion with friends,
Yeah,
with a bunch of sim characters,
house party.
while your baby is on
this
the
is-
stove.
This is the problem because
You took away the ladder on the pool so they can't get out.
walls around the sides so they can't climb up. This is the problem. It's that this world is so different that I can't imagine a single reason why anybody would want to live in it. Because it's just unlimited satisfaction. But without conflict, then that means nothing.
So just a little bit of conflict.
War. I want World War
Cyber war.
3.
Ooh.
Oh.
Ooh,
Wow.
wow. World War III, you say?
Yeah.
What would that
I don't know.
entail?
This is conflict.
It's kind of a bold statement, and just to leave it at, I don't know.
I just want it to happen. World War 3.
Okay.
You see, what if it's too late?
Like, we've already gone too far.
What if this is the simulation?
What if we're in a simulation?
Yeah. This is it.
I am a simulation?
You, me.
How do I know I'm not physical?
We already jettisoned our physical bodies. You know, if we zoom out, there's a guy sitting at a computer somewhere, watching this
We
conversation.
have green
unfold.
diamonds over our heads that we don't know about. I doubt it. Doubt it. Well, didn't Elon Musk say the same thing?
Yeah, he did. And I see that as a hindrance to exploring the universe. Although, in that case, the universe is just also in the simulation, in which case it can just be procedurally generated forever by the computer. You'll never run out of universe.
And there's no point.
Unless you run out of data.
And we'll never win.
So we have to get out of the universe. We have to get out of the simulation. We got
have
to
to
talk
get out
to
of the
guy.
universe.
We have to talk to that guy running
Okay.
the computer. Adam.
Funny.
It's a good one.
But Tiss.
It's really funny.
She goes, that was really funny. Sounds like a horse.
Vamos a hacer una actividad de escuchar.
De esquiar.
There's no snow. There's no hills. She's just doing that in the middle of the classroom.
And then she gives us a listening activity. It's not going to give you questions.
Just do your best.
It's not going to give you.
Just a blank sheet of paper. Este es el final del semestre.
I want you to go up front of the class and talk about a talent that you have that relates to art.
Yo pienso que...
I remember that.
Yeah, that was embarrassing for
It
you.
really was. It was not great. I remember Freya's presentation
Oh,
clearly.
I don't remember what she did.
I
She wasn't in my class.
remember she walked up there, had no presentation like on the PowerPoint, right? Had no tools with her or any kind of items.
She had no power tools.
She's talking about power tools and she didn't bring out one power tool. Kind of confusing. But she just walked up there. She memorized her entire speech from like word to word.
that's easy. It's only 3 words. Yo pienso que.
No, but like, it was an entire 10-minute speech that she memorized and went up there, and then she just recited with no hesitation, no mistakes or anything. And I'm just like, okay.
What was it about?
I don't even remember.
It was that unmemorable.
It was just, she remembered it like the entire thing. And then when she went up there, she just like did like this thing, right? And she was doing like this. Look to your left, look to your right.
Vote for me!
People keep asking me, Freya, why do you keep running for vice president every year when you don't win? It's because I love this class so much.
So look left and look right! What did Miss Polanski think?
She was like,
Yeah.
malleability.
Oh,
Yes!
finally! Somebody gets it!
What were we talking about?
Let's make our closing remarks.
Okay. Oh, what time is it, by the way?
11.
Okay. I have a lot of time then.
It's 1.
I have a bit less time. 11:02. Okay.
What do you think?
Eventually we're going to get to this point where humans are not going to be completely humans, but I don't really think that's necessarily a bad thing. I don't know what would come after that. Obviously, it would be nice to know what's beyond Earth and see, like...
Moon.
The moon. You're getting somewhere.
We should go to the moon!
I just looked it up. Apparently they already did that. We missed it by like
60 years.
We were this close.
They're going back
Are they?
in 2024.
That's cool.
NASA's going back to the moon.
When are we going to Mars?
Like 4 years after that.
Okay.
So that's pretty good. We'll be
That's cool. Who's going to be the one to go to Mars?
me.
Why you? Why can't it be me?
They-
She goes, why can't I go to Mars?
I want to go to North Korea.
They said, I'm going to Mars in 2028. Eventually, we're going to get to this point where humans will become, like, not humans anymore. Already said that.
And then it'd be nice to know what's beyond Earth. The moon.
Apparently, we missed it. By 60 years.
Did you see the new Star Wars yet?
Oh, no, I haven't actually. I couldn't see it last night because we were shopping a
Oh.
lot.
And then you went home and...
Yeah, but we're seeing it today. Have you seen the Star Wars movies?
No.
Have you seen the last one?
No.
What about the one
No.
before that? The one before that?
No.
The one before that?
No, the one before that.
The one before that one?
Yeah.
What about the one before that?
2 before that.
You've seen the one before, 2 before that one.
5 before the 2 before that one.
So, you've seen the first one?
No.
You've seen the second one?
No.
You've seen the third one?
No.
You've seen the fourth one?
No.
The fifth one?
No.
The
No.
seventh?
Yes.
The eighth?
Yes.
The first one?
Yes.
The third one?
Yes.
You've seen the second one?
No.
You've seen the first one?
No.
You've seen the third one?
No.
You've seen the... getting mixed signals here.
I don't really know what to think. Yeah, I think today's not a day for Mr. Gates.
I don't have the answer to what comes after we process ourselves into this big...
Do you think that's inevitable? Or do you think we would stop that?
I feel like it would take a lot of work to say, like, oh, I don't really feel like doing this. I mean, I feel like doing this. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if I'd be entirely comfortable with downloading myself to a computer. If I could transport my consciousness into a system. I feel like I still would not be able to do that. Even if I had perfect satisfaction, my life would be entirely the same, and I would live forever. I don't know if I could do that, because something about me not being a human would still be different. It would be so different that it just wouldn't feel right. And I feel like a lot of people feel that way. And when we get to like a point where that's an actual reality, then there's still gonna be a lot of hesitation, and people are gonna have all these ethical questions of like, is this really right? Like, should we abandon being humans and all that? So it's not just gonna be like, you know, virtual reality, and it's like, oh, this is cool, this is fun, like, let's buy this and then do it, right? It's more like it's like a bigger step, I feel.
The first brick in the wall
Of
the future of humanity.
That's the first brick.
Yeah, that's the first brick. We haven't done yet.
What's the next brick?
The first brick is VR and downloading everybody and moving to a simulation. And that's it. The wall's done.
It's a one brick wall.
Yes, I like that point where there might be some ethical concerns with abandoning biology. What if you were provided a robot body to house your robot mind?
It wouldn't be myself, though.
Assuming they transferred your consciousness.
Yeah. Would it look just like me? Would it feel just like me?
Not necessarily, but if you wanted it to, it could.
So would there be any difference between... Could you tell them apart?
If you attacked it, like Terminator.
Okay. I just morph into, like... I just be, like, fluid for a second.
Yeah.
And then I just morph into, like, another person. Not another person, but morph back into a person.
I think it's inevitable that that humans and technology will become so intertwined that we might actually become kind of like a Terminator type situation.
Mm-hmm.
Even if we didn't download our consciousness anywhere, we will be able to replace so many body parts with prosthetics and better technologies that it'll kind of be like Terminator. So at that point, the question is, do we continue with that and continue having these external bodies, or do we move everything into a simulation? I think I would much rather the former. I think I would much rather live in a robot body.
You'd rather be a Terminator than a program.
Yes, I would rather have a physical entity.
How would that work if you're a computer being? A being in a computer.
I think we need to know what consciousness is.
I don't know what consciousness is.
Why don't you answer that for me?
Consciousness is...
It's under the C's.
Oh, okay.
The CA's. Oh, wait, go back. I saw an imperfection. There was a black dot.
Was there? On what side?
This side. Yeah, it's there. I would bet your life on it.
Well, it says don't take 7. I don't know what
yeah.
that really means, but I guess
7.
that's consciousness. Anyway.
Mr. Dodge. Come on, Elton!
I want to learn how to snap as fast as he does someday.
Yes.
Have you seen the thing where it's like, and then you go like this, and then you have to do it at the same time? You know how Mr. Hay does this, like,
Yeah.
it's kind of the same thing, where it's like 4/4 time, and then like 3/4 time.
Oh, okay.
And then you have to do like,
Oh. No. Okay. No, I can't do that. I can do the Mr. Hay thing.
you can do the triplets and then
Yeah.
a steady beat.
I can do 16th notes pretty easily. Well, I can play it on the piano. I can't do it now.
It's too much pressure.
Too much. Too many people watching.
There's a person watching. I can't do it.
Yeah.
Anyway, humans. I'd like to stay in my own body, please.
Thanks. Thanks so much.
Thank you very much. Oh, my chapstick.
My chapstick? Are you getting us a new chapstick for Christmas?
That's all I asked for.
I want Crunch chapstick and Kit Kat chapstick and
Butterfinger.
butter.
Butter. I want butter that I will use as chapstick, not butter flavored chapstick.
And butter.
So, final thoughts.
Yes.
What are they?
Oh. Oh, you want to hear them?
Only if you're willing.
Basically, I think there's a non-zero chance that we're living in a simulation. I would be wary about getting too involved with VR, and I hope to one day try an imposter burger.
Love those imposter burgers.
Love that.
Love Star Wars.
I went skidiving.
Skodoving.
Skoo-daving.
Scuba diving. I'm imagining a scuba diver jumping out of a plane.
Yep.
You went scuba diving?
No.
You went skydiving.
Yes.
I knew that.
Well, I hope you learned something, and I hope that was helpful.
Da 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 da
You were doing so well until that. I found a new SpongeBob song that I like. Oh, do you remember the song, the episode Porous Pockets? The one where they find
Describe it.
Patrick and SpongeBob find a choking clam, and they find the pearl inside of it, and then they're gonna play volleyball with the pearl,
yeah.
and the guy buys it, and then SpongeBob spends all his money.
Yeah.
And they go on a shopping trip and buy gum.
Mm-hmm.
I found an excellent song.
I'm developing a Spotify playlist of all SpongeBob songs. And so far,
This is the song that plays when they're in the mall.
I like it.
Yeah. Do they have these songs on Spotify?
Not all of them. I use the Commando Man, Monsieur Commando Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I use that YouTube channel, and then I just go through all the songs, and then I look it up on Spotify, and if it exists, I add it to the playlist.
So how many songs do you have on it so far?
I have... How do I check?
I don't know. I don't use Spotify.
Well, you can scroll through.
600. Do you have any followers?
No.
No. Jingle bells?
Yeah.
Volume.
Oh, it is a Christmas special. We should incorporate something Christmassy.
We listened to the Buddy Rich bands. Hold on. There you go.
Fantastic.
Was this in the Christmas special?
Yes.
Yeah, it was.
It's in the intro.
This is one of my favorite ones. Domestic fun. Classic. That's good. Okay, well, while we're here, I have to ask, what do you think, did we talk about this? What do you think of Post Malone?
Oh, I like him. Why?
A lot of my roommates at school like him a lot, and I gave him a good listen, because we went on a ski trip recently. We drove up to Killington, and we listened to him the whole way up and the whole way back.
Uh-huh. What's your opinion on... Oh, that's unfortunate. Why?
It's basically the same thing as Star Wars.
He's not interesting.
Very...
His character development does not exist. I don't feel for him.
The things that I like in music, I like syncopation, I like rich timbre, I like dynamic contrast.
I will say,
all of his music sounds kind of the same, and that's after listening to him for 6 hours.
Yeah, and I will admit, like, he's one of my favorite artists right now, and I will admit, his voice can get annoying. He has this distinct, like, vibrato. It's not even vibrato, but it's like, I can't mimic it because I can't sing.
Yeah.
But, like...
We know that.
We established that when he tried to sing the...
Goodbye Samba A.
Da-da-da-da.
Da-da-da-da. Oh, God. Really hurt. Oh, I had
it's like this. It's a lot easier than you think it is.
No.
You almost had it.
I had it for a little bit. Lost it.
You'll keep it running. But anyway, Post Malone, he has like a certain thing that he does where he like, it's not a vibrato, but he just kind of shakes his voice, and it's just kind of weird. But I still like a lot of his songs.
Yeah.
Did you like any song from him?
Not really.
Okay.
Actually, no. I don't know what it's called. There was one that actually
Did you listen to his newer album, or?
I have no idea what it was. It was just shuffling on Spotify.
Okay.
So probably.
Okay.
But it just the song that I did like the background, because obviously he singing is in the foreground.
Mm-hmm.
The background was a little more intricate in the song that I heard, and I liked that one. My roommate's favorite song of his is one, I don't remember the name of it. It's an acoustic guitar. It's a slower piece, and he's not rapping, he's singing.
Is it Feeling Whitney?
Yes.
Yeah, I like that song a lot.
That one...
That one's kind of sad.
It's kind of sad, and that's different,
Mm-hmm.
and it's a lot more interesting. But that's just not really my style of music.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really like those kind of songs from anybody, unless I'm really in the mood for it, which
Yeah.
often am not.
There's a lot of him doing his weird voice in that one.
Yeah, he sort of growls in it, and yeah,
I still like
Push Malone, baby.
it. Any newer artists that you like? This is a sad song.
What episode was this in? It was
It's-
in a lot of them.
It's
but
just in a general one.
I'm trying to think of an instance when this.
All I can think about is the episode where Patrick gets smart, and SpongeBob's looking at his memory book, while Patrick's also looking at his memory book.
Then that could be it. That could be this.
Are you
song.
sure?
No, you have to look it up.
It's just that's all I can think about.
Right, Rich. Do you know what the episode's called?
It's Patrick Smart Pants.
Patrick Smart Pants. Photo album. SpongeBob voice acting number 136.
You believe if I trivial six. Four.
Okay, not really sure what that was.
It's like something you and I would do. Let's be real.
I don't know if we're gonna be able to. Oh, we just go to the SpongeBob.
Oh wait, what is it called? Stack of Lays. This is a really sad one.
What's it called?
Stack of Lays.
Stack of Lays.
Yeah.
Production. Let's see. SpongeBob. Okay. When did the fun go away, SpongeBob? Steel Sting.
Outdated version.
Oh, here we go. Steel Sting C. That's not.
Probably not it.
Slow. Let's do Happy.
I like that sound though. I feel like it's too short. I love that.
Steel Sting R. Great picture. Steel Sting J.
How many? So is it just an effect? It's not really a song.
Well, that song would have been so much better for that scene.
Try and find one episode in which they use Stack of Lays.
I thought you meant like Lay's, like
Not the chips.
chips.
No.
Pizza delivery.
They use it in
Homelander,
pizza delivery.
Karate choppers. SpongeBob cries after getting fired. Wig struck. All that glitters. Grandma's kisses. Cries uncontrollably about not wanting to grow up. Yeah,
Oh,
that's
okay.
probably the most memorable one.
I didn't like that episode.
No?
No. It wasn't the fact that I didn't like the idea of it. I
It
just
wasn't
hated
that I didn't like it, I just didn't like it.
I didn't like Squidward and all the people who made fun of him for it. And then at the very end, like, they still made fun of him for it.
You felt
it-
bad for Squidward?
No, I felt bad for SpongeBob.
Between Wigstruck and Stormy Weather, this track took 12 and a half years to return.
Really?
Episode 74B and 246B.
Why did it take so long?
Stormy Weather, I've seen that episode. It wasn't very good.
Any newer episodes that shine?
No.
Not one?
No.
Any jokes
No.
from any new episodes that shine?
No. They used a lot of music in this
I feel like it's becoming too manufactured.
episode. See, it's not real. It's imposter SpongeBob.
This is what I'm getting at.
This is what I've been trying to tell you this whole time.
What's
Is
next?
that your schedule? Any parting words?
We can do this again. Oh, you almost had it.
No. Ow.
Wait. Fuck.
Nope,
No.
nope, nope. You can't swear on this podcast. It's a family program.
Chicos.
Chicos, do this! I thought the song was going to be over. That would have been perfect.